Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today in this video tutorial we are going to learn how to create a drop down list using model approach. In our last video we discussed how to render a drop down using view back approach, but there is always an alternative way to perform a same task. So according to your preferences, what you prefer, you can use any of these approach. And before wasting more time, now let's get started. So first of all, I will go back to the Visual Studio, and this is the same project that we used in our last video. So we will use the same project to perform the drop down operation using model approach. So first of all, we will create a new model. So here in the Solution Explorer, in the model folder, we will create a new model, and we will name this model as home index VM new model, and let's add this class. So here is the newly created model, as you can see. Now we will create properties to render drop down for our model approach. First of all, we will declare a private property, and it will be of type select list, and will name is company select list, and let's provide get and set method as well. Let's include the namespace for the select list, and now we will create a public property as well. So public select list company select list, and will provide some getter and setter for this property as well. And in the get method, first of all, we will check if the private property that we have declared here is not equal to null, then we will return the same list, and otherwise we will return company list that we will create in just a bit. So to get company list, as you can see in our home controller, the method which we have used in our last video, let's copy this from here. I would recommend you to watch my previous tutorial, and I will provide the link in the description box. So in this model we will paste this company list so that we can access this method and company list from here. So we will return the new select list, and first item we will pass it the company list, so it will be provided by the get companies method. And second item we need to pass is the text field, and value field, and third one will be the display text field. As you can see here, we have different overloads in this, and we have used this one items of IEnumerable, and second will be the data value field, and third one will be the data text field. And let's add this value as well. So in the set method we will provide company select list and assign it to the value. So that's it for the model. I hope you are getting this. It is not much complex, but the benefit of using this approach when we have large forms and lots of fields or lots of drop down in a single form, then would be using this approach is more beneficial and maintainable. So let's go back to the home controller, and here in the index view we need to pass the model that we have just created. So our model will be model equal to new home index VM, and let's pass this model to view. And that's it for the home controller. And now we will go back to the index view, and here in the index view we need to receive the model. So our model will be exist in the models dot home index VM, and now we need to render the drop down. So I will copy this piece of code and will paste it here, and we will change it to the model approach. And here in the drop down list, as you can see, we have passed this from the view back company list, and this is the similar code that I've used in my last video, so I don't need to explain it. So what you can do, you can remove it from here view back list and will provide the model dot company select list. So that's it for the view as well. And now let's run the project by pressing Ctrl F5, and let's see what we have got. I hope it will work properly, and our view is loading in the Chrome browser. So as you can see, we have two drop downs, one in the last video from the last video using view back approach, and you can see the options here, and the current one is the model approach, and you can see the placeholder here, and we got the same result in our drop down. So you can use both of these approaches, but for the large projects or for the most the values or the large model if you have, then you should go for the model approach, as it is more maintainable and compile time error providing. So I hope you guys like this video, and if you find this video helpful, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you will understand the concept better, and in the next video we will cover the multi-select drop down. So thank you for watching the video guys. Have a nice day.